Welcome, freaking Wednesday, liquidity grab Wednesdays. Love it. How about you guys? I'm wondering what people are thinking about it. Unfortunately, it's been a freaking crazy day for me because I've been packing and doing quite a lot of stuff around my house instead of sitting in front of the charts. And there we have it. Nice liquidity grab when I'm not even watching it. But to be honest with you, I've been mentioning that we are preparing for something a little bit bigger or maybe a volatility event. So far, I'm going to jump into the charts. I'm not going to bother with Congress anymore from today because it's not really much to say about that anymore. So let's jump in and see what the VIX been saying. And I've been mentioning that as well last streams. Definitely last Wednesday. I'm not sure if I remember if I did that point out that on Sunday. But we are in the whole support that we technically want us to be. That's first thing first. We got below the 15, but now it's the trick that to stay there. Unfortunately, we didn't. We went all above that been 16 yesterday, so we closed above this structure. So already you start to change the direction and structure on it. You are not ranging, right? You are not staying over here. You are aiming to go a little bit more higher up. Therefore, liquidity event, right? What's happening right now on Bitcoin? Well, we just had it. One of the moves, right? It's as well a beginning of. We are already bottoming on the oscillators as well. So this is already starting to phase to go over here, right? Or either way, do that. What means VIX goes up, market goes down, right? So be aware of that. Yes, the point of control is still 18, but already this is a turning point for it, right? So be aware and make sure you check on VIX as well once a day, how it behaves and where it is, especially the closes, right? Those are really, really matter. And right now, yeah, we still aim to go higher. Get in the 18 area zone, like get above that. That's definitely no brainer. You're gonna aim for 20, not even like higher up or not even thinking about that right now. But that's first resistance, technically, quote unquote, on chart wise. That's your point of control first or interest, right? So yeah, that volatility event will come. That said, if VIX gonna do this, market gonna go this way. Remember that because I'm going to point that out in a second when we're going to go into the Bitcoin chart. So moving on Dixie, we broke another daily low. That's been already tested as well, but we broke that one. We closed below. We're still aiming to go lower. As I've been pointing out, those lows didn't matter that much to me. The only one what's matter is 97. That's the only one that I'm really seeing as support. Yes, there is more below, but that one is the key point. Why? Because that low, what we said was the turning point to go there, right? We flipped that whole structure from the downside. So that's why that low is a little bit more as a support for me than the rest below. Like we can skip through all of that quite easily if we start to break. So no matter what, we are still aiming to go lower. 97-ish area, yes, that's the level that you need to make it or break it technically on a Dixie, right? So it's been quite a long way from the high, so let's see how we're gonna deal with it through the Christmas or even the New Year. Let's see. And I pointed out as well yesterday on in the chat, I guess in the Bitcoin chat. I don't remember where I posted it, but already the total tree, what kind of one of the most important ones to look out for is that it broke the whole low, right? We've been breaking that low already on the 15th, 2 days ago. That broke the first one and the second one that we hold on, and now we are still continuing. I've been mentioning that as well, that I'm aiming for it to get back at 800 billion position. So this is still the area that I'm aiming for. Let's see how deep we're gonna go on it. But yeah, we had a small change in the structure, and eventually right now we are continuing. So already that small hip over here, what we created, this is to get people back into the market, right? Like giving them a little bit more hopium and be like, oh yeah, we're going higher. No, we don't. So not yet, at least. But yeah, something to keep an eye as well on it, right? Please be aware and check all of those charts as well. Why I'm not showing it? Gold. I mean, if market's gonna go a little bit more lower, or not really saying dumping, but a little bit more lower, decreasing, then that's gonna be a little bit more increasing, of course, right? So right now, where are we? At the resistance at daily high. So that means we are already struggling to get through that. That's already the third touch point. Could be the charm, right? But then eventually you have a little bit more resistance above us as well. That's not a daily one. After that, not much of doing something, right? There is already like technically free way to go higher, with the highest time frame been already hit and regained, right? Weekly and monthly as well. So the only thing what's keeping us a little bit more like in check are those two levels. So be aware of it. Flipping the first one, I don't think we're gonna we're gonna struggle with the highest one that much. And then of course the most important one is dominance. And what are we doing right now? We just regain the previous high. So technically this is already a higher high on this whole structure. Going higher in this whole scheme, the market tends to dump, right? Because that's not really healthy for the market, and definitely not for the alts if dominance is gonna increase. If you don't see that Bitcoin's gonna increase, then that's the second one what we aim for. So let's see. So far, you have first on-site retest at 15.9. That could be a hold because it's a quite heavy one, to be honest with you. Not really often you see this kind of block. And the next one, then you aim for the high of 60%. So there is still quite a long move for it. So that's something to consider as well. It's been a quite sideways movement as well on the dominance. So not really surprised about that because we've been quite grinding it out. But yeah, moving on. Bond market. So the whole thing is, I'm kind of surprised we didn't even go higher up for the high time frame liquidity. That could be as well. I'm not sure about that. I need to double check it. It might be that someone is hunted on that one because that candle, or sorry, that wick, it's really rare to see it, and especially on only grabbing the first high liquidity, not even bothering with the highest one. Something to think about it. But either way, not much of speculations because it's still resistance, whereas the high that you didn't regain, that was resistance with the volume node above it and the whole pressure from above. So obviously as it gets, that was the point to aim for, right? Right now, what's below us, not much of a high time frame, just a low time frame, but it's still thick, right? So let's see if we're gonna even aim to get lower at 79, what I'm kind of aiming for, and even a little bit lower. But let's see about that. And yeah, still aiming to go lower. So eventually, same as on the chart, the oscillators didn't regain anything. We still aim to go lower. The midpoint was the turning point as well for it again. So yeah, lower it is. Not surprised about it. And now it gets into the bit more obvious stuff. I've been pointing that as well quite a lot of times, that people should pay attention on the capital flow index. And look at that. What you see is the white line is the most important right now because that start to go higher, right? What does that mean for the market? Market's gonna go there, obviously as that. So already when I think that was Sunday or something was over here, we didn't regain that hip, so it wasn't that meaningful for me. But then the 2 days later, we start to regain that and get close to the neutral line. Already, that's a sign for like, yeah, the market's gonna move, right? So yeah, this is the whole thing. And watching only on this side, you see your block, what interests you, where it is. You see the turning point of the whole thing. That means the VIX is in control, right? If VIX is gonna go higher, market's gonna go lower, down. So now, that's for me as well, potentially, and I love to see that. Why? Because I want the VIX to be here and the market low. Because the next time we're gonna start to flip, that's gonna be a quite volatile movement as well for the market. This, what you had over here, was a little bit bullshit because when the VIX start to dump lower, market get only back at the neutral line. Not much of the movement for me over here. That's I think I was saying that on one of my streams. Like I found it weird that the market didn't jump that high, right? We got back only on the neutral line and we stick over there, and now we are just retracing more. So hopefully the next time we're gonna see the flip from the VIX, we might see some bigger movements on the whole market. So yeah, moving on, and let's see what this lovely liquidity and grab did. First thing first, I've been saying that for already like quite a lot of times, and it looks to me quite similar already that we are doing this. Those two patterns, they look alike, right? They are not similar, they look alike. We are quite doing exact the same what is over here. We had a retrace, and right now, and freaking hell, I've been pointing that out for yesterday in the Vikes stream. I said I think we are here. We need one of those ones to get this, right? Okay. What did we do? This one, maybe not that quite big or exact that high, what you get when you get it over here, but still it's a liquidity grab on the lower time frame, right? So that potentially could make you go over here. So already the whole fractal from all the way from March technically playing already out. So be aware of that. Technically, I've been screaming that as well. You need that, right? And why do we need all of this? We need to flip the long and short ratio. How do you gonna do it? You need to have one big liquidity grab either way, both ways, no matter which way you're gonna go. It's a liquidity grab, right? Setting a low, getting back quite heavily up, range, and then you have a continuation. That's how you grab all of the long and shorts or flipping it. Why? Because retail are gonna short the shit out of this, right? Right now, it's no point for us to get back higher up. Why? Because already with 76% longing, right? That's gonna be a freaking free long positions for everyone. Do you think the market will do that? Like, why giving away all of the money what's over here to the long positions when you can trap the shorts? And already it's looking that we might get close together again. We tried it over here, but it wasn't even significant. Well, that's why I'm saying we need that whole trappy movement, right? And how do you create that? Grind it, go back, one more move, down, grab all of the liquidity, make everything short the shit out of it, get back at the highest peak, and then stay there, right? Like that. Now we are talking about to go higher. That's how you trap people. Quite significant, right? So on top of all of that, what do we have? Not much. That said, there is not much holding us anymore. This is still freaking resistance that we've been bashing it down for like 100 times already. So what's below us? Now, if we need to remember, this is still the daily that's hold us. Coming back at that on this candle, closing any below, it's gonna be a free run to the lows. Not much of hold of that because this has been already tested by this wick. Right, this wick test all of that, so there's not much to hold us. Still potential support on the order book side, right? Not on the structure, but the order books is still a support that could be wiped quite easily. So already those lines, that's the monthly one. It's not even in calculation to be even something potentials. The only two ones that I so far care is 78.4, that's the weekly low, and 76.2, that's the daily low. That still didn't been tested. And then of course you have the week low right on it. Those three are the most important right now. Which one's gonna hold us? On top of that, I think there was something. Oh no, we don't have any opens there. Okay. Then on top of it, we still have a bit of bits laying over here below us, like around 72-ish area. I would not be surprised if all this shenanigans comes down, wick into it, comes higher up, and then start to close somewhere over here. right? And do the V bottom areas stuff. That all could be possible, right? To wig everything out to the downside. Because to be honest with you, there is still quite a lot to grab, right? Even a bit more. So if you go by the liquidity, what's more appealing? You look at this. What would you aim for? This or this? And yes, those are low leverage liquidity, but stack them together, it's a quite significant amount still, right? So then that's on the daily. Funny enough, on 4-hour, right, low time frame, this starts to get weaker and a little bit more less day by day, right? What's a little bit more appealing, like, yeah, you have quite heavy liquidity over here, but we literally didn't even grab yet. And then this whole stack over here, right? And same here on the top, but eventually, like if we cannot get close to it, like with that resistance over here, and I'm not really aiming for that first, I'm aiming for what's more easier. Like this is not much of the resistance, right? Getting back at the lows, still fine, right? Set a new low, like, yeah, that's fine. But then you can recover that even quicker, okay? And there is a small dead zones as well in between, so keep in mind. But getting all of the lines back together, look at that. Would be lovely if we're gonna do that nice move to the downside and stop on this dead zone maybe, right? In front of the weekly low. That could be nice if we're gonna get that. That would be as well an aim that I'm having for it. But let's see how we're gonna play it out through the next couple days, weeks, and till the end of the year. But yeah, it doesn't look that we're gonna go higher for now, right? Yeah, we didn't close the candle bearishly. That's, yeah, understandable. But still, that whole liquidity grab, there is not much to go there. We can fill the wick and then I'm gonna do something like this and then fail from it. Yeah, could be. Still potential. But already, a 1-hour candle start to close below your previous one. So not really something that you should look forward for, right? And on top of that, 1 hour, have my perfect stats for the oscillator. You have all 4 of them all together cluttered, right? You have the trend change below us, you have that the positivity income inflow, and then that start to flip into the regular hidden divergence, or regular divergence, and trend change already, and reversal, and cross. So 1 hour looks already start to look a little bit weak, and then on the 4 hour you have the trend change coming in. So not really something into it, and the high frequency bots start to get lower as well. So there's a lot of things that pushing us still lower. And already that whole liquidity grab says already enough, right? Like, you don't do that to go higher. I mean, not to the upside. So yeah, it was fun. I'm surprised that we didn't get that because, to be honest, if we get those ones, we will find ourselves already here. But yeah, it feels like someone's got haunted. I'm not sure. I didn't check it, but it feels like this is just like, what is it, 2%? Oh, 3.4. Dang. But yeah, nice move. And this is still much more appealing for me to get lower, right? Even settling that new low on it, like, yeah, that's still fine. Like, it's not that we're gonna go straight into the 40 or 30K, right? I mean, I will not mind about that, but not something that that's gonna happen in one candle. But then the next, and on top of that, I mentioned that as well, the daily ones shows you already the hidden divergence over here. Literally on the top. Look what we are doing right now. Now you have the trend change as well. You are below the neutral line. Awesome. Easy as that. Then what's the only thing what's holding us is literally the area what we are right now. Breaking that, I'm gonna slide lower. Done. Did we retest the monthly again? I think so. It looks, yeah, fucking perfect as well. Sorry, even the weekly, previous weekly, monthly, I've been saying that as well, that December level that could hold us below that level, right? It could press us a little bit lower, and so far it is doing. And now what are we aiming? Like this, the whole local situation right now. We are below the local weekly, right? So that's as well, like closing anything below that, that's gonna send you lower, right? That's gonna keep you below if you cannot regain that weekly. That's as well something to consider. Same thing, we had it over here, right? We've been trading below the weekly. Where did it go? It went lower. And easy as that. There's not much to think about it. And oh gee boy, that's a proper daily squeeze as well. Freaking hell. Yep. Oh yeah, that's what I want to say mention as well. Daily wise, the 68 area. So that's the area that way below, of course, right? But there it is. Like if we start to wick right into this area of bits and the liquidity, right? So for example, like imagine we're gonna do this nuke, what would be lovely. That's the area that I consider to bounce from as well. That overlapping order block, what you're having over here, that's the proper support what you created way back in November last year, H3. So that's what I'm aiming for, the support over here, right? So yeah, I will not be surprised if we're gonna grind into that or like have one daily wick candle into it to the downside. Yeah, grab all of that, kill all of that levels, test them, and then just form the whole shenanigans back upwards, right? Something like this, and then continue to the 100k, maybe even 115. Yeah, that could be nice, and then to the bigger move. Why? Because that's the whole thing what we are doing. The market does things for future. Why? If you're gonna do that whole wick or even the candle to, let's say, 70k, right? That's gonna be this area over here. If you're gonna settle that candle over there, what does that mean for the future wise? That means this is not anymore a support. This starts to get weaker, and coming back, grabbing the liquidity higher up like that, and nuking it through, it's gonna make us way going lower much easier, right? Because this is not gonna hold us anymore, because it's been just a wick and not much of holding something, and we break through that maybe overlapping also order books over here. So potentially for the next run, what we're gonna do, it's gonna be much more easier, right? That's how the market settles. It does things on purpose for the future. But that's long-term thinking as well, looking for. But that's how it plays out, right? Same thing, like for example, this, what we did over here, right? No one knew that this gonna be our freaking next step to become a support and do even the same thing over and over here, right? So yeah, that's the whole idea and my thoughts on Bitcoin right now. Because if we cannot regain this, where do you go? Like that's simple question as that. Like, okay, regain that, we go higher, right? I think everyone can confirm with me on that. So regain this higher, this resistance, you go higher. Failing this low, this, where do you go? What's to the left? And you always look, like I hope you guys look at it as well. What's to the left? This. Failing that, where do you go then? There. Why? Because this is just a fair value gap over here. This. There is nothing over here. Nothing. That's why I hate fair value gaps. There you have it. What's that? What's that level? It's not that we are like making stuff up or something, but this is just the way how things goes. How do we gonna achieve that? I mean, you can do that in a couple things, right? You can literally do what I've been saying, this, right? So this could be something like a move like that, and then try to regain it. Possible. And then nuke through it again. Why? Because you're gonna do this. Yeah, possible. Or you freaking do that. That fucking sideways freaking grind and then grab the liquidity. That's even more funnier. Grab the liquidity and then nuke it off, right? Yeah. And please don't mention this fucking Viking. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Right? But yeah, I think you guys can agree that this is a bit the area that we are aiming for. Either way, no matter what, we still have 12 to 15, 18% to movement to the downside. Why? Because we still didn't regain anything. Like, show me a chart on Bitcoin that we regained something to the upside. Right? Then I'm gonna change my mind. But so far, this is the key. Like, don't expect that magically it's gonna be one big ass candle and this is the bottom. Like, it doesn't work like that on the market perspective on Bitcoin and the high caps. But so far, what do we have? We have the structure in front of us. What's that? This is the high that we need to regain, right? Regain that. Yes, I'm gonna say we're gonna go higher. Definitely to 100K. But so far, fail this. Where do we aim for? There and there. Easy as it gets. Right? Without any surprises. Because there are no surprises. This is not even a manipulation. This is far from. This is just doing exact the same thing that we've been doing for ages. Funny enough, I'm going to show you something else. How do you explain this then? How do you explain this? Barn. We all know this, right? Maybe some people can remember this bull market what we did over here, right? I can, but no worries. So all these things what we've been doing over here, right? I hope I'm not gonna break your brain, but look at that. Looks different or it looks similar? We've been there. The whole move what we did over here, we've been doing it over here as well. Maybe not that extended. Yes, of course not, because the price was different and the market volume was different and the market cap was different. Yes, definitely. But for fuck's sake, we've been doing the same thing over and over. We've been there. Yeah. People forget about that. Why? Because market knows that. We forget what we even did yesterday. That said what we did like 4 years ago in a cycle. We've been there. So eventually, if we gonna say like this whole move and this, it's all that, and right now we are here. Yeah, you're right. Are we breaking something? No. Where do we do it? We broke this over here. This over here. But we can have this. Maybe not the all-time high, but a little bit like in between that, let's say. And then you have the bear market, right? Will that be the same? Fuck yeah. Is it as well? Like, yeah, it is. Like, I cannot stretch it enough. Like, the things, like, if you start to look a little bit more too much on the charts and become a little bit more too addictive to them, you're gonna see some shit. And I'm not saying on the wrong side, on like things that you smoke, but more like you're gonna see some pretty damn cool things, right? If you start to zoom in and like sculpt them with your tools, like, okay, break them down a little bit and look how they behave. And this is exactly the same thing, because what did we need to break for it to go to the bear market? Like, technically, this, right? But on that candle, we didn't do it. So the next weekly candle open up and we nuke through this, and even technically later on through this, right? Same purpose, same perspectives as well. Like this is kind of the same structure that we are doing over here right now. Look at that. Grind, right? This is the whole grind. Nuke, bounce. Break stuff, right? Can we do it again? I bet you we can. So it's not all speculations. It's exact what we just been doing it, only extended. Right? And to be honest with you, I would not be surprised. We've been doing exact the same thing over here as well. Right? That whole movement, if you zoom in on the smaller time frame, because this is weekly on the freaking 10K Bitcoin, like I wish we're gonna be there, but we are not. Right? Same thing. Like what you need to break to go into bear market, like this stuff. Do we do it? Yes. Where do we go? Here. We break that. Yes. Done. Right? Like easy as it gets. Are we now aiming for the bear market? Not yet. First, we need to break stuff. That's the first break. Right? Secondary is going to be that one. But if you breaking the first one, the second is going to be much more easier. But yeah, that's how it looks like right now, right? Doing something like this, break, or even like that, move higher up, grab the liquidity, bang on. Maybe we're going to do something like this. What could be much more look like that, right? That we're going to skip this for the first time. That could be that we change. And we literally going to grind this out like that, right? And then nuke it. Could be as well. Not really seeing that. I've been talking with Viking about that. He's a bit more on that side, but I'm a little bit more that we are here, not here, not on this area. We didn't do this move. We didn't break the high time frame yet. I mean, we can arguing that yes, weekly been broken, but then monthly didn't. High time frame for me, it's much more monthly than weekly on that perspective. But going by, right, it's the same thing, monthly. You need to break that. So either way, we are not there yet. Right? So I hope I didn't scare you off or I didn't break your brains, but this is how I'm looking at the market. And most of the times, I'm always looking back and I learn myself of that from already years being here. Like, see, what did we do in the kind of the area where we are right now? Like, this is quite easy to do. Zoom out on a weekly. It's like, okay, we are right now here. What we used to do, kind of in that high time frame area over here, right? Does it look does it look similar? Like even this is as well quite funny, but even this structure over here, right? Funny enough, we've been doing quite the same. So same movements, right? We didn't even go for the highs. High time frame close. Same here. High time frame close. We didn't reach that area. Done. So yeah. So the thing is, we used to say, and that's quite true as well. Market doesn't copy itself; it rhymes, right? Rhyming doesn't need to be accurate, or doesn't need to be exact the same, right? It's similar, and that's what we are doing. So, just to touch on that note, right? Because people have been lately a little bit more scared and a bit panicking. That's why I'm gonna move in to this area as well to show you what I mean by that. Like all of that stuff we've been building over here, we're doing here as well, right? Have that one leg down. You're gonna touch with each other over here. So that leg down. Let's touch in with each other, kiss with long and short. Then that grind up, I'm gonna create something like this. All right, so grind up. That's the grind. And then that sideways move, gonna touch again. All right, you have the sideways move, touch again, and that's gonna be your flip. Look for that. If that's not gonna happen, then I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. But yeah, for me, for now, that's already above 80% of chance, like even close to 90% chance that that's gonna happen. We need that flip. You can like test that out as well. Like go back at the chart over here and see every single moment, right? We kissed or touched with each other on. That sounds weird. Touch with each other, like long and short touch in the middle, right? Like came together every single time. What happens, and then what happened to the market afterwards, right? That this is a bit clunky, but yeah, like the main stuff. Like if you're gonna go on the highest time frame, right over here as well. Like if you compare that to the chart, you will see the pattern as well in that. So we doing it over and over and over. Good. How can I delete this stuff right now from it? Okay. So yeah, I hope that's a little bit clear. I think we're gonna have time for. Yeah, we have. I've been renting it already enough. I think you are done with me complaining. The rest of the stuff that I'm looking for. I'm gonna stick with the daily. It's gonna be much more easier on the chart wise. So hype, surprise, surprise, we did close below the whole RSI line that I've been pointing out. For me, that was quite interesting point to flip. So doing already that with that small liquidity grab, still aiming for 24-ish area and the box below that. That box been set there for a reason, and I bet that was the liquidity. Yeah, the liquidity reason that ends over there. And as well, I've been looking into the order books on that one. So aiming to get as low as 22-ish, and potentially we still could drop into the 19-ish area. That's said, yes, we could. That's no even big deal for hype, right? To do that would be nice to kill off this whole wick, yeah, potentially. But then I'm gonna look for any reversal sign or any potentials of longing over here or even here. But spot backs, this is gonna be all buy up, right? For me, as simple as it gets. But yeah, as well like this, like even hype is doing this pattern, right? Like guys, don't. I'm not pattern person, but this is like the most common liquidity grabs ones, right? So injective, yeah, that's gonna go a little bit more deeper. Kind of looking out for 3.7. Not sure if that's gonna be playing out. It's at the daily high. Sorry, the daily low of the whole chart. So, like, yeah, not gonna be surprised if that's gonna happening, but eventually that's gonna be like really, really juicy to buy up. Not much of the liquidity below us. Quite stacked, so that's good. I love that they keep that liquidity over there. So that's really, really juicy and stacked. Even better than the Bitcoin one, but never mind. So potentially this is still going lower, right? There is nothing said that we even gonna turn around yet. Daily wise is still quite high on the oscillator. I think, yeah, it's still in neutral line with the sign of trend change. So yeah, still continuing in that direction. Solana, it's a little bit more interesting for me because we are aiming to get back and we are already breaking stuff on the daily. That's heavy. So closing daily right now, you just broke the whole daily chart and daily range. But no matter what, the level of 123 daily high from the whole previous structure over here, it's been tested twice. So that's not even like a brainer for me. That's not gonna hold. I'm still aiming to get below 112, 14-ish, or maybe even close to 90. So freaking hell, Solana below 100. Fuck yeah, that's a buy for me. Why? Because still, like, I don't care. Like, if we're gonna lose this, like, yeah, wick me out, whatever. But I rather buy it over here and aim for the highs to retrace, or we're gonna set a new low, right? And that's gonna be your freaking bear market stuff. Potentially, my whole opinion was that Solana will never break the $100. We're never gonna come back there, but I think I thought the same over here, and we still didn't. So it's still weird because I was really thinking that Solana gonna behave a little bit more as BNB right now. I'm not sure if they are like able to hold that on that kind of perspective of price and quite big on market making. But let's see. So far, yeah, I would like to see Solana above the 100, but if it's gonna be below, hell yeah, I'm gonna buy the shit out of it. Just for last one run. And AVAX, there is quite a lot happening on that one as well. Still aiming to go lower. That's exactly the same as Injective, a little bit more extended. And there is the daily structure to the left of us, but on that whole ass week, what we created over here in November or October, whatever, that whole shit was been tested. So I'm gonna be watch out for it. If we're gonna reach that below 10, that still could be built up as support, but I don't have any faith in those levels. So that's it. That's all my tokens I'm trading and doing everything on it and keeping an eye on them. The rest of the market, people been asking as well about the Astern, and I think I've been saying that as well for a couple of streams ago. We're gonna run the lows, and yeah, we fucking do. So surprise, surprise, breaks of structure on it, quite freaking heavy. So CZ is buying it, guys. CZ is buying it, but the price goes down. Why? Yeah, let's not go that rabbit hole. But yeah, it is what it is. So EVE, it looks a little bit more better. So to be honest with you, EVE looks better in my opinion. That said, the liquidity is still ticked to the downside. Yes, it is. But let's go. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I remember now. So the thing is with EVE, I can delete that. It did set a new proper high on it. All of that over here been already regained on the EVE, right? We run that, and yes, it's still technically lower high from this position, but already the structure wise, it's way better than the Bitcoin one. So we potentially still have support over here, right? And even below that. So that's a little bit more double support over here. That's a small one for the book, but still, right? So yeah, that's still potentially a little bit more better structure wise. Daily looks wrecked and it looks a little bit more shit. But yeah, there is a bit more to hold on it on EVE. That's why it looks a little bit more better in my perspective. I will not be surprised if this is gonna tank through. Yo, me how? Algo? Yeah, sure. I can look at Algo. I don't know if I have it over here actually. No, I don't. Algo. No, doesn't matter, right? Which one? Hmm. Yeah, that's been tested. Yeah, not really something to say, but this is a proper freaking stepwise to the downside. If you talk about stepwise, and this is it. Like you can get it much more perfectly like this. Like, bro, the market maker is doing some proper stuff over there to hold the price like that. That costs shitloads of money. Believe me. Yeah, what you wanna hear? Like everything to the left been tested. This is tested. This is gone. This is gone. Even this hip, like on the daily wise, like this. That's the only one. Yeah. Trailing camp, yeah, yeah, bro. This is proper stuff. Like literally, you could short every single freaking high of it. Like everyone, no matter how high you get. Like fucking hell, set your orders. Like proper stuff. Like to the T. Done. Like this stuff. Like look at that. Done. Oh shit. Over here, same thing. Oh, here, another thing. Like say you don't believe me that we're doing exact the same thing over and over. Okay, then what's this? And now what we are doing here, right? I think they're doing like on this chain, sorry, on this coin. I think they're doing like the market making 101 coaching or something like that, because this is proper shit. We'll do the same. Fucking upside, like now. If so, the thing is, they're not gonna do the same to the upside. Why? This generate shitloads of liquidity. Like, look at that on the daily side. Like this. This is already thick ass, right? 4 hour. This generates so much liquidity. Boy, look at that. Okay. First ever regain of your previous high. Bro, if you're gonna see something like this on it, like, bet you get first into the liquidity, get back, hold the low, you long the shit out of it. Why? Because the aim is that they're gonna do something like this to grab all of the liquidity. Why? Because they've been doing it over and over and over. Like, another good example of doing the same shit over and over. Look at that. What you did over here. Grind, explodes. Grind, explodes. Grind, fucking hell, for ages. Like, and then same thing. Up. Grind, up. Grind, up. Grinding it. Fucking hell. This definitely gonna reach this area, and then the highest point is this. Done. That's freaking what? 10? 4? Okay, 5x. There we have it. Market Maker 101. How to copy work over and over. Even here, like, same thing. This is the proper stuff to, like, if you want to learn trading, short, or yeah, I mean, definitely how to be good in shorting stuff, then this is it. Like, use this chart, right? And then you're gonna do one big ass. Believe me, it's gonna happen here as well. It's definitely gonna be coming close, like, to the area of I don't think this low, because that's the lowest low that you don't think that's gonna be broken ever. But then somewhere like this area here, right? You're gonna get back at this, and then first higher high, what you're gonna create, bro, watch it. Watch it, because there it is. Yeah. And this is scammy as fuck, but it is. Yeah. Regain, hold, get back at the lows, right? Get back at the lows, wick into it, then send it. Fucking send it. Look at that. No coming back from it. You missed it? Missed it. Same thing over here. What did you do? A little bit more better on structure wise. Regain stuff, right? You regain the high, round the lows, get back at the low, done. Right? Dang, boy. But yeah, watch it patiently. Go to take off train. So quick, yeah. Believe me, they will fucking grab that. They're not gonna leave it behind. Nope. So yeah. And this is exact the same thing. What this is doing. Like, tell me, market doesn't repeat itself. Like, there it is. Yeah. Hang on. Are we gonna do exact the same structure? Higher up, maybe? Yeah. Fuck yeah, we will. Bet you they will. You're gonna grind the shit out of it over here, and then they're gonna be there, bang, and done. Not much a prediction if it's already happening, right? Or like it's happened in the past. Ooh, nice, nice failure. Lost it. But yeah, not much to say, I guess. There been there. Ooh. Wait, what? That was a glitch. So yeah, let me have a look. Do you have any questions, guys? Before I'm gonna bounce. People are jumping off. They are done with my ramping. Yeah, you're right. Right. Quick. Yeah, that one's gonna be really quick one. I'll go. But yeah, watch it. Definitely watch it. So yeah, you know the game plan, guys, and keep it tight and yeah, safe as well. This is it, right? If we're gonna continue, close the below the 86. Yeah, 86. Hey, 86. 86.3. And then you jump it a bit lower, I guess. And then watch the long and short as well. If you want the direction, then watch it. See if you're gonna touch each other. Jesus, that sounds so weird. Touch each other. Like the long and short will touch on the middle point, the meet in the middle point. Then yeah. Well, good, I guess. Keep it safe. Like if you're not sure to trade this, like wait it out. Like the best thing right now for people who are a bit too scared, wait till New Year. Like wait this whole season because to be honest with you, this is oh yeah, by the way, that's a good one as well. Uh, Tomorrow we have as well like rates coming in on the yeah last rates, core rates for yearly and to yearly and monthly. After that, it's gonna be some saves. That's bullshit. And goods, and we are done for this year. So not much coming in. And after 23rd, I guess I'm not sure. I need to check. I guess till 23rd, it's the last trading day, and then you have the Christmas box office and everything, and yeah, all that shenanigans. After that, you have the weekend. Then you have the New Year. So this is literally the last week of full trading, and TradFi that's going to be open. So be aware of that, right? That the market will be kind of quote unquote dead and quiet in between those days as well. So that's why when they take like holidays or time with family, you should do as well. Like if you are not really comfortable, if you want to wait it out, then come back in New Year and then start trading. Believe me, this market's gonna be dead for a couple days. That's why I'm going away as well. I'm gonna enjoy my time. I'm gonna keep an eye as well on some things, but not much. I will have my bots as well if you guys use bots. Of course, switched on. I upgrade them a little bit more. I put a little bit more money into them, leverage them up, and yeah, let's see how they're gonna deal with it with the market through the holidays. And I'm gonna be back in January. I'm gonna check on them. That's gonna be my direction. What to do with some of them, maybe, and how to deal with them, how to manage them. So yeah, that's my game plan. What game plan you have, guys? And yeah, I'm still in shorts, not really in the longs anymore. Not really looking for that, but still in the shorts. So yeah, potentially I am that. So yeah, that's my whole plan for the next couple weeks. I just enjoy my time, sit back and watch the market. But yeah, hope you all gonna be good with it. Was a little bit ramping, but I wanted just to clear out some things, how the market behaves and how to read it and how to look for it and the things that I'm seeing, because sometimes maybe people think like I'm pulling some stuff from thin air, but it isn't. It's all backed. 99% is always backed by charts. So on my side, right? So yeah, by that, I wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, stay safe, warm, and hope you're gonna have some presents under the tree. Happy days. Don't eat the too much because I know myself if I will freaking add some couple pounds to my body, but that's a different story. But yeah, guys, have a good one. End of the year. Enjoy and watch out with the fireworks. Be aware, please. Watch out. You need the hands for trading. Have a good one. See ya. Bye bye.